What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in. I'm here at, hold on, at a lot of things. I don't like how, hold on. I got Tanner Hodgins. Oh, fuck. I got the fucking yips today. You know, let's start talking about the kids who aren't ever talked about.
Exactly. Welcome to Jersey Mat Chat. This episode is sponsored by Beato Baits, 5-inch stick baits designed by a wrestler, built to win. With a range of color options and a perfect sink rate, these things will get bites when nothing else will. And don't miss the mystery color, made from leftover plastic each week, melted down and molded into one-of-a-kind baits. No two are the same, but they all catch. Perfected for anglers who just want to catch more fish. So, if you're grinding on the mat, take that same energy to the water. Beato Baits, B-E-A-T-O. Tough to beat, easy to fish. Check for the link in the description of this episode, or you can find them on Etsy.
What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in. I'm here with my man Tanner Hodgins, a current junior at Howe High School. In his backyard, I like to call it maybe the Chapel of Champions here in his workout barn. Tanner was on a few months ago, right after he won the U.S. Open Freestyle U17 championships, and then he left, went over to Greece, had some fun at the World Championships, and then came back home and took 5 visits to 5 powerhouse Division I schools. So we're here to talk about that. Tanner, thanks for hosting us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Because you are the host. All right, this is your little domain here. So we did have you on a few months ago. You were just fresh off your U.S. Open title. And then, like I said, you went over to Greece, you competed in the World Championships. So let's talk about that. You get on a plane, you fly to Greece, take it from there.
Yeah, so I mean, after winning Vegas, there was a lot of emotions, and it was really exciting for everyone. I think it was a long time coming, and we kind of had a little bit of a quick turnaround, had to just refocus quick. And once we got out to Greece, I mean, it was all about having fun from there.
You not only represented Howe and New Jersey and the United States well, it was a lot on your plate. I mean, it was your first time in the World Championships. Mm-hmm. You were going to a country, I assume you've never been to Greece before, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you were going to a country you've never been before. You get there, you see the seeds. Now, are the seeds there, are the brackets, are they random, or is there like a point system that determines the bracket?
I believe so. I believe they're random, but I'm not 100% sure.
And your first match right out of the gate was against a pretty reputable guy.
Mm-hmm. Iran.
Yeah. And you lost.
Yep.
Lost your opening match. So you needed him to keep winning for you to get put back into the tournament. How do you pronounce it?
Repechage, I think.
Repechage? Yeah, whatever it is. So you needed him to keep winning. So you were actually a fan of his after he beat you.
Unfortunately, yes.
That's how it works.
I needed him to make the finals. Yeah.
Okay. So he made the finals. You're back in. So now you have one more shot. You had to reel off how many matches in a row to claim bronze?
3.
3 in a row to claim bronze. Okay. Now you took a bronze medal in the World Championships, and the United States as a team ended up winning by how many points?
Like only a few, like 2 or 3 maybe.
2 or 3 points. So the U17 freestyle team also won the team title.
Yeah.
And obviously you coming out and winning 3 in a row and taking bronze had a lot to do with that. So that's good stuff. So what did you take out of that in terms of next year you'll be at the U20? Mm-hmm. What did you take out of that?
I mean, I thought it was an amazing experience. Like, I loved being out there and competing, and I think it was very nerve-wracking, you know, being out there, my first time wearing a USA singlet, and I think I tried to deal with that by being a little overconfident when I was wrestling Iran, and I think I had a little bit of a fear of losing out there because, I mean, you know, you make it out there, nobody wants to lose, you know, you're going for that world title, but I think once I got over that fear of losing, I mean, it was just, you know, let it fly. It couldn't have gotten any worse than it already was. So,
looking back, were you physically ready to go? Conditioning, diet, everything. Were you ready to go?
Going into the tournament?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think physically I was in peak shape. I think it was a lot of mental stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were out there for a week before competition started?
Yeah.
You remember?
About a week.
So how long did it take your body to get acclimated to the time change and all of those things? The diet, the food, and all that stuff?
The food I tried to keep the same. I mean, there were places that you could get regular groceries or even just a burger. So I tried to keep the food about the same. And in terms of the sleep, I don't think my body ever really fully adjusted.
Right.
I think the time difference to Greece is like 6 hours. So that's a big difference. So I would say it probably took about 3 or 4 days for my body to get comfortable there, but I don't think I ever really fully adjusted.
So you get comfortable, and then it's time to come back to this time zone, and you got to get reacclimated again.
Yeah.
These international tournaments and paths are brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a 17-year-old kid. I mean, that's got to be tough. I know it's exciting, but it's just that next level of, I got that now in my back pocket. I got that experience under my belt, and I'm going to hopefully just carry that over with me. Yeah, it's phenomenal stuff that you were able to accomplish that. A world medal at that age, at that tournament is beyond impressive.
Thank
and
you.
that was your goal heading into your high school season. Am I correct?
Yeah. The goal at the beginning of my sophomore year was to make a world team.
Make a world team.
Yeah.
You didn't even give a damn about a state title.
Yeah. I mean, I knew that if I was going to make a world team, it was going to be this year, being at the top of my bracket for U17. So I think, my ultimate goal this season was to make a world team. Yeah.
Okay. So you come home with a world bronze. You take a little time off with the family, and then you start taking your official visits. Now you're a highly recruited upper weight. You narrow down the schools that you wanted to visit, and your first visit was to Arizona State. Am I correct?
Yep.
So let's talk about the entire process of going to these major Division I programs. So you went out to Arizona State. This is the first visit you ever took, first official visit. How did that go?
It went pretty good. I mean, it's definitely cool. Your first one, you get out there and you see a big college campus and they're showing you around and you get to see everything and you feel accomplished. Like you're like, all right, like I worked for this. Like now you get to feel the benefits a little bit, which is cool.
I'm sure, yeah. Mm-hmm. So you get to Arizona State and the head coach is Zeke Jones?
Yep.
Zeke Jones. Hell of a wrestler in his day.
Yeah.
What kind of impression did you get from him, just as a potential that could be potentially your future head coach? Mm-hmm. What did you think about Zeke?
Yeah, I really like Zeke. I think he's a great guy. He looks out for the kids on his team and he tries to get the best guys. He loves freestyle and he wants to win.
Okay. What's the weather? What was the weather like out in Arizona State? Is it as good as they say it is?
Yeah.
I mean, but it was just sunny and nice and
yeah, it gets a little too hot for me out there sometimes, okay. But it gets hot.
Okay, I got you. Okay, so you come up from Arizona State and then you go to North Carolina State next?
Yep.
Do you remember the order? Okay. So you go to North Carolina State. Mm-hmm. Talk us through that.
Yeah. Coach Espo, I really like Coach Espo. He was the one that called me when, the recruiting day opened. And going down to NC State, it was really cool. I mean, definitely way different from Arizona. So it's cool to see like the different college campuses and compare and contrast that stuff. And I got to hang out with Trent a little bit, who was just coming off his world title. Yeah. So that was pretty cool. But I mean, every visit you take, just meeting the kids on the team and talking with the coaches and getting to hang out, it's all fun.
So you went to Arizona State, then North Carolina State. Did you notice a difference in culture? Even though these schools are pulling kids from all across the country, but was it an obvious just change of everything when you go from one school to another?
I think geographically, yes, it's just different no matter where you're at. But I think the culture in terms of like within the teams is a little different everywhere you go. Because I think no matter where the kids are from, like you said, they're pulling them from all over the country.
Right.
They're going to mold to the culture of the team a little bit. And I think that has to do a lot with the coaching staff.
Yeah, it starts there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you come home from North Carolina State and then you go to Virginia Tech. Am I correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So talk us through that. What do you think?
I mean, it was really cool there too. They had a pretty cool campus. I liked a lot of the buildings that were there. They were just like old, stone buildings that were pretty cool. At that point, it was my third visit and I started to get to know what to expect a little bit. So, you start asking better questions and getting a little bit more comfortable,
of course,
with, the whole process. But I mean, I had a lot of fun at Virginia Tech. It was cool.
Is is it a natural process to just, your first visit, let's assume you loved it.
Mhm.
And then your next visit, you might love that a little more. And then your third visit, you might love that a little more. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
That the visit that is most fresh in your mind is probably, going to take
Okay. Makes sense to me.
the top spot. Yeah.
Okay. So you come home from Virginia Tech. Then you go out to Michigan. Am I correct?
Yep.
Okay. You go out to Michigan. Everybody, Michigan, huge university.
Yeah.
Story program, winners, coach, many national champions. So Big Ten school.
Mhm.
Let's talk about Michigan.
Yeah. I mean, same thing. Michigan was awesome. We were there on a football weekend, so that's pretty cool. Michigan football is awesome. But I mean, I don't think you could ever go on an official visit to a school and not have fun. I had a great time on all my visits, and I think Michigan was really cool because, I mean, it is a little bit colder there, but it's a bigger city. There's a lot more to do there.
Did you get any opportunities, even from the 3 previous schools, to just see the town, see nightlife, see whatever? Do you do that on visits? Did you do that on visits?
So on, I believe it's the first and second day of your visit, at night, after dinner usually,
Okay.
they release you to your host, and you'll stay with a kid on the team, and they'll take you around, whether they have a car or some kids on the teams would ride like little scooters or a moped or something. They take you around and they show you around campus a little bit, because when you're with the coaches, you look at the academic buildings, the wrestling, the important stuff, but it's also kind of the boring stuff.
Yeah.
So, you get to hang out with the kids on the team, and they kind of show you around, and you get to build a relationship with them. And I feel like you get a more realistic feel of what the campus and the area is like when you're with them.
Okay. Now, when you go on based on your experience, when you go on an official visit, upon leaving and coming home, did they present you with formal official offers before you left?
Yes, usually you'll have a meeting. I usually had a meeting with the coaching staff before I left. It was either the morning that I was leaving or the night before. It was towards the end of the visit.
Okay, so you know when you get on the plane coming home that I have an offer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, generally, I at least wouldn't be too sure. They weren't too specific, but I had a general idea.
Okay, I understand. And then, okay, so you come home from Michigan, and then you take your final visit. You did that last weekend, right?
Yep.
To Oklahoma State with the great David Taylor. So how did that go?
Yeah, it was their first home duel against Stanford. Again,
Gallagher Arena is badass. Yeah.
Just a great visit.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't go on any of my visits and not have a good time. Right. So, I mean, anytime, you're getting to look at a program like that, it's always going to be cool. I had a lot of fun out there. It was definitely different than Michigan, than NC State, than ASU, than even where I'm now, Jersey. Yeah. Oklahoma's a lot slower paced. It's a little south. So
now Stillwater's close to Tulsa. Am I correct on a map?
About an hour.
Okay, an hour away. Mm-hmm. So what's Stillwater like?
It's a quiet little town. I mean, they definitely love their wrestling. Yeah. But it's not. It might not be as upbeat and as busy as some people like, but I think, everybody in Stillwater is they're just cool people.
That's all they have out there.
Yeah,
they have an NBA team, I think, near. Oh, that's Oklahoma City. No, never mind. Yeah. They don't have anything out there.
Yeah. I mean, they're all just cool people. My host was Bo Hickman. He's a Oklahoma kid. Went to Oklahoma State. He was telling me some stories. Just the people out there are just nice. He was out to breakfast one day, and he was wearing a Oklahoma State wrestling sweatshirt, and some older lady bought his breakfast, just because she loves Oklahoma State wrestling.
That's cool.
The people out there are just genuine. Yeah.
Did you get a chance to meet John Smith?
No, I didn't.
You didn't meet the GOAT?
No, unfortunately, I did not.
How did that not happen?
Yeah, I don't know.
Man, I would thought they would that would have been the first person that shook hands when you got off the plane. Really, you didn't meet John Smith? Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
All right, so now the fun starts, because you left Oklahoma State and chatting to your dad about it. But so tell us about your very easy trip home from Oklahoma State. So what happened with that?
Yeah, super easy trip home.
Yeah. So
I don't know if you know, but there were a lot of problems with flying. I think Newark Airport got shut down, if I'm right. I could be wrong on that. But so all the flights got detoured to LaGuardia Airport. So they started canceling flights that were landing in LaGuardia, which is where my flight was landing. So we were at the airport. It was like an hour before boarding. It gets delayed. We're like, all right, it's not that bad. Gets delayed again. We're like, all right, we'll wait for this one. If it gets delayed one more time, like we're figuring something.
But at this point, you're already what, 3-4 hours into the delays?
Yeah.
5 maybe?
Yeah, 3 hours.
Okay.
Now. Yeah. So then flight gets canceled. So the next flight home was at 7 a.m. the next day. And my dad was like, there's no way that they're going to have everything fixed in time for that 7 a.m. flight. So walked down to Enterprise, rented a little car, and started driving home the 17 hours.
And you hit snow?
Yeah. And like, I think it was Indiana and Ohio, we hit snow. Yeah.
And by law, even though you're a licensed driver, you weren't allowed to drive because it was a rental car. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I tried to drive. My dad wouldn't let me because
I think you got to be 24. I think that's the age. Something to do with rental cars. So your dad had to drive 18, 19 hours through parts of blizzards, straight through pretty much to get home.
I think he got like 20 minutes of sleep. Yeah.
And how long of that trip did you sleep?
I slept for like 5 hours. I'd say a solid 5 hours in and out. It wasn't great sleep, but
I mean,
Trevor had it good. Trevor was laying down in the back seat, probably slept for like 11 hours.
That's what little brothers do.
Yeah.
So you just got done having a fantastic and your final visit, and it's planes, trains, and automobiles on the way home. That is your dad told me that story. Obviously I was laughing.
Yeah.
And I said, when we sit down with Tanner, we're gonna relive this. So that's pretty good stuff. So you got a chance to, see 5 awesome programs. There's a lot of 8th graders, 9th graders, even some 10th graders that have yet to take visits. What can you tell them what are some of the expectations that they have that might not be real once you take visits? Is there anything that you can kind of teach them or offer them? Anything at all?
I would say, I think some kids think when they're going on a visit that it's going to be like a Disney movie and that they're going to be like pampered and like babied. And I think some of that can be true. They definitely, all the schools that you're going to they're going to take care of you and they want to, show you a good time because they want you to go to your school. Yeah. But I think, you can't get caught up in that stuff. And I mean, it's still like a bed is a bed, a car is a car. Like you still have to go through school practice. Yeah. Like I think a lot of visits can be very emotional, and I would advise kids to let it sit for a little bit, before revisiting and talking about, your decision with your parents.
Okay. So how on what was it, June 15th when you can get calls? Was it June 15th? Mm-hmm. How many, you be humble about it, but how many calls did you get? Approximately.
I would say I got somewhere between 20 and 25 calls.
All right, 25 calls. Yeah. So, and I'm assuming they were mostly, or if not all, Division I programs? Mm-hmm. Okay. What made Tanner Hodgins say, man, I got 25 calls, using that number just broadly, but I'm going to take these 5 visits. So what made Tanner Hodgins say, these are the 5 I want to take, and I don't want to take any more, I don't want to take any less? So what was behind that?
I think, I wrote down all the schools that called me, and I made a list, and I think I was able to eliminate some just off the get-go, just based on factors that I knew, like either I wouldn't like or that wouldn't be a fit for me. Like, for example, Ivy League schools. Mm-hmm. Like I knew I wasn't going to go Ivy League. I do good in school, but I don't love school. Mm-hmm. And I didn't want to put that much time and effort into schoolwork. So like right off the bat, I knew Ivy League schools weren't going to be an option.
Gotcha. What about, does their international does the school's international support for international wrestling or lack thereof, did that play a part?
Yeah, I would say so. I would say that's a little bit more specific to me, just because I love freestyle. But definitely when looking at a school, I definitely took into account, their international freestyle side of things.
Okay, so you narrowed it down. So when you narrowed it down to the 5, it didn't come down to geographics. Like you didn't care if you were cold weather, warm weather. You just picked 5 schools that you thought would best fit you.
Yeah.
Nothing else mattered.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, geographically and weather and stuff like that, it was a little bit of a factor, but not a big factor at all.
Okay. Now, how hard is it? Now, I don't know what every other kid does, but when you take visits, are you obligated, or did you reach out to the coaches that you weren't going to go to their school? Did you reach out to them and say, "Coach, thanks for the visit, but I'm not going to come"?
Yeah. What do you mean?
Like,
you mean before a visit or after?
No. Once you made your decision of where you're going to commit to, did you call the other 4 of the 5 that you took 5 visits? You're not going to 4 of them.
Yeah.
Did you call the 4 that you're not going and tell them I'm not coming?
Yeah.
You did do that.
I did. Yeah.
Okay. Is that tough to do?
Yeah, it is tough because, this process started all the way back in June.
Yeah.
It's now October, November. Yeah. So you definitely build a relationship with the coaches and even the kids on the team, you stay in contact with a little bit after. So it's definitely hard, but I mean, you just have to be professional about it. And they're college coaches. They know they're not going to get every kid that they recruit. So you just have to realize that, they're adults and they're going to be adults about it. So it's just getting over that fear of doing it.
I think, for what it's worth, I think doing that, what you did, maybe every kid does it. I don't know. I'm sure not every kid does it though. But the fact that you did do that just shows maturity.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you're accountable, and that's a professional approach. Because listen, getting a college offer, and NIL, whatever else goes on, it becomes a business at that point, and you got to handle it like a business.
Yeah,
and it's a good life lesson for you, because at some point in time, you're going to have to tell somebody no.
Yeah,
and it's good practice for you. So that's good stuff. Well, I got a question, but we'll save that for last. But so what's brewing for the upcoming high school season? What weight are you going to go?
190.
You're going to go 190 for postseason, I'm assuming. Okay.
Yeah.
Hal Rebels.
Yep.
Going to be strong. Yeah,
we're going to be good this year.
What's Hal? You tell me your opinion. What's Hal looking like?
I think we're going to be really strong this year. We got a good class of freshmen, and they're all homegrown.
Yeah.
Been coming up through the Predator program. You could look them up. They've been in Hal forever.
Yeah.
So, I'm really excited. I think I've been waiting to wrestle with this group for a long time, and I'm excited that it's finally here. And we're going to be coming for that state title. So
yeah, it's going to be a fun season for sure. Can't wait to watch it. Can't wait to dab a little and get some footage of the season. It's going to be a great time. And the scary thing is about this current Hal team is that next year everybody comes back.
Yeah,
everybody returns next year. That's a heavy hitter this year, and plus we get some more Predators coming up. You know what I mean? It's going to be pretty intense. Anything specifically you're looking forward to? Any certain goals, or you're just looking forward to just enjoying your junior year?
Yeah, being an upperclassman this year, I'm definitely looking forward to kind of being a leader on the team and wanting to guide these kids, because there are struggles that everyone goes through as a freshman. And being able to be there for them is important to me, because I think I had somebody when I was in that position that helped me a lot. And
Who was that?
I would say JJ Matchnick and Gio Scafidi.
Okay.
Helped me a lot. Just being there.
Good kids.
And just being there for me. And, when things got rough in the room or at a tournament or something, they just always told me to take it slow, because high school goes fast. Yeah. And I completely agree.
It does go fast.
Yeah.
So you're a world medalist. You just took 5 official visits to 5 powerhouse programs. You're number 2 ranked 190 in the entire nation. Do you think you're going to finally win a region title this year? What do you think?
I hope so.
Okay.
I'm not looking too far ahead. We got a lot of tournaments and matches before that.
I hear you.
We're going to take it one match at a time.
Is that on your list of goals?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say so.
But it is funny that you're going to be committing to a school, a major program, and I think some wrestlers or some parents or some coaches, however you want to word it, but they get so preoccupied on the things that really aren't that important. Do you agree
Yeah.
or disagree with
I
me?
would definitely agree with
It's
that.
just certain things. I get you got to reach certain goals and reachable goals, but those things are so unimportant in the big picture.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and you're a prime example of that. Yeah, it's going to be an ongoing joke, I'm sure, with you.
Yeah. No, I laugh about
Yeah,
it.
when you
so.
get when you get your first region title, maybe we'll have you back, for a third time.
Yeah.
So final question. So where are you going to be going to college?
So, I sat down with my parents the other day and we talked about it. And it was a hard decision, but I think bottom line was I want to be a national and world and Olympic champ. And I was going to pick the school that I thought was going to give me the best opportunity to accomplish those goals. And so with that being said, I'm going to be going to Oklahoma State.
My man, proud of you, buddy.
Thanks, Coach.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I love it. I love it. Now, who? I'm curious. Who was the first person, other than your family, your mom, dad, and who was the first person you told? It's not us.
Yeah. I'd have to think. I would probably say the first person I told was. I'm thinking hard about this one. I don't know.
No, it's a good question. See that? I stumped you. I stumped you.
I wasn't thinking about that. I would say it was probably my best friends.
Okay.
Luke and Tyler.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Oklahoma State, David Taylor, baby. I love it. I'm not going to say that it's a no-brainer, man. I mean, you had 5 programs, and that's
yeah, all of them were great.
That's good stuff.
Too,
So what happens now as you commit? How does it work with training there in the off season? Like, is there anything you can tell us about that? Like, are you allowed to go out there and train? And
yeah, so the rules are you're not allowed to train out at the RTC when your high school season is in session. But after the high school season, the NCAA dropped the 250-mile radius. So you're allowed to go out there and train at the RTC, which is great. I want to get out there and start scrapping with those guys because I think that'll be a lot of fun.
So what are your tentative plans right now? Like, when do you plan on going out there, for how long to train?
Yeah. So I don't have anything set in stone yet.
Okay.
But I'd like to get out there as soon as the high school season's over and start training freestyle.
That's right. Yeah. And who better, to learn from than David Taylor?
Yeah.
Olympic champion. And man, that is so, I can't wait. Gallagher Arena, I'm so jealous. That is listen, I'm a big Jersey guy. I'm a big Jersey Mike's Arena fan in Rutgers. I think that's a fantastic atmosphere. And other than Carver, Hawkeye Arena and Iowa, I think Gallagher Arena is the most badass venue in college wrestling. I do. I think it's just intimate. It's loud. It's different. It's
they got the stage.
Yeah, it's just, I'm pumped for you, man. This is good stuff.
Thank you.
Man, listen, dude. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Again, thanks for having us. Tanner Hodgins gave us some love and let us know right now where he's going.
Yeah.
Oklahoma State Cowboys. Go.
Attention, wrestling fans, parents, and future state champs. This is your podcast. We're shining a light on the toughest high school New Jersey wrestlers and coaches who are building warriors one takedown at a time. Follow us, like, and subscribe on your favorite platform. Doesn't cost you anything, but it goes a long way to support the show. Don't just watch the journey, be part of it.